Oh my goodness, man. Lego, you cannot shut up about the Quinn Hughes trade. It's almost been a week. And my response to that is, yeah, it's only been a week, man. We have to go out there and cover our behinds. Go out there and tighten down all of the loose screws. Uncover all of the unturned rocks. And just give ourselves a sense of mind as to how the Vancouver Canucks hockey players are responding to the Quinn Hughes trade. Now, big shout out over to Ian McIntyre, who published this article earlier this morning. Best in the world, Thatcher Demko leads a new-look Canucks team to their second straight win. Now, IMAC does some good work, and we're going to leave a link in the description to this article in the description, but I actually wanted to talk about this article last. First, I wanted to go over to Minnesota and get the full quotes and context as to what beat reporter Michael Russo said about the Quinn Hughes trade from his own perspective, and I also wanted to dive into a tweet that discusses this IMAC article. So, without further ado, let's head over to Maddie D's post on the R Canucks subreddit. Take a look at this. Michael Russo, Minnesota Wild beat reporter, says, Quinn Hughes found out the trade was done when the Vancouver Canucks landed in Newark. He got in a car and went to his brother's. Brock Boeser said when they got the notifications on the bus, and Quinn wasn't even there, that it just became silent on the bus, and everybody couldn't believe it. Here's the extended quote. So essentially, all that entire day, Quinn knew he was getting traded. Basically, he asked his mother advice on whether or not he should bring his entire life on the plane, and they decided that if he is traded by the time he gets to Jersey, or in the day or two that she, because she was in Edmonton, would go to Vancouver and pack up his life instead. They touch down in Newark, he finds out the trade is done, he gets in a car and goes to his brother's. And I talked to Brock Boeser today. Brock said that when they all got the notifications on the bus and Quinn wasn't there, that it just became silent and everybody couldn't believe it. And Brock had an idea this was coming, but only a couple of guys on the team even knew. Nobody still thought that it was going to happen. And I absolutely love the way that this has been reported, talked about. We're all trying to piece ourselves a frame of reference for where Vancouver and the Canucks were at the time of the trade's execution. And now knowing that when Elliot Friedman made that tweet on Friday, Vancouver Canucks players were all in a bus together without Quinn, it does seem a lot more dramatic that way, doesn't it? Some of the comments go out here and say, truly sucks the way that it happened, but I'm sure the vibes are in the room, and they're better now ever since that trade went done. Don't forget the part where he had dinner after this with his few friends. Country Club comments make much more sense now. Oh boy, that's a lot to go out there and accuse, I guess. He didn't even say goodbye to his teammates, especially Boeser, Petey, Demko. Guys, he's played with over 7 seasons long. The dude clearly isn't captain material. Boeser said that he got to say goodbye to Quinn at dinner, then finding out about Quinn Hughes being traded likely happened first from the team memo, then they met up with him to have a nice dinner. It doesn't say he doesn't say goodbye to these guys because it's ambiguous from the quote or the soundbite. And this is the quote from Brock. It was really important because it was obviously a big shock, just kind of to grasp the whole thing. You want to say goodbye, so it meant a lot that we were able to get a dinner with him. We all tried to have upbeat attitudes, but obviously some of us were sad. Now, that is all Quinn Hughes stuff. You may have clicked on this video because you wanted to see the IMAC article, but before we dive into that, I wanted to dive into this tweet made by Snazzy Nazi that talks about that same IMAC piece. Take a look at what Snazzy goes out there and says here. Most of Quinn Hughes leaving was understandable because of his time here and the management sucked, but some people have been arguing that the captain part shouldn't factor into how fans should feel about him choosing to leave. Marcus Pettersson's comments make it clear that it did matter, different than losing anyone else. Also, Quinn Hughes about to play 30 minutes every night for the Wild too, because that's how he works best, and guess what's literally the last quality indicative of good leadership. Okay, that's an extra comment, but we'll use this Marcus Petey stuff as bait to jump off of heading into this Ian McIntyre article. Ian McIntyre talks about the win over the Rangers. Thatcher Demko talks about how, hey, you're trying to impress the guys a little bit, the new players from Minnesota. Vibes are higher when you're winning and guys are feeling good. I mean, I don't have to spell that out for you guys. It's more fun these last couple of days. Scrolling down over here, Connor Garland speaks about Thatcher Demko. He's the best in the world. I don't think that's even a dispute, really. He's just so big in his reaction time. That tip that Miller had late in the third, you tip that as a forward and you think that's in every time. So it's fantastic to have Demmer back. I think his presence in the entire room is something really important. He's a competitor, he's a winner. His focus and preparation is good for some guys to see what consistency looks like. Hard league, no easy games. They're still talking about the New York game over here. But I wanted to scroll down and talk about those Marcus Pettersson comments. Take a look at this. We lost our captain, and I think for us as a group, it's important to come together and play these kinds of games. They're tight games, maybe not a ton of offense, but you know what? We're battling for each other, and we know that if we're going to win games, we've got to do it together. It's nice to string a couple of wins together, but especially when a major turnover like that happens. I've never gone through it myself where a key player like that gets traded. It's a new challenge, and I think we're coming together as a group. Foot said it's a bonus for sure, if you can get off to a good start with the new guys and get them feeling good about themselves as well. You lose your captain, a guy that's been here a long time, and you know, it's hard on a lot of our guys. It's a big thing, but you have to move forward and play hockey. That's your job. It's good to get those 2 wins. So, Marcus Pettersson straight up acknowledging that, yeah, losing our captain, losing the most important player on the team, that's not easy. And we're going to have to bounce back and react to that, allow ourselves the room to breathe, and come together as a group stronger than ever in order to find results like these where they've gone out there and won 2 games in a row. First against a down-and-out New Jersey team, a team in the Devils that probably was a lot more pissed off and frustrated that Quinn Hughes got traded to Minnesota than anybody else. And then you've got the Rangers with JT Miller, and it's a total tire fire with that team. Vancouver is facing off against all of their demons of the past. Lindholm and Zadorov in Boston, Rick Tocchet in Philadelphia. I mean, head over to the Canucks schedule, take a look at what's going on here. Yeah, they've got the Islanders, so they got Bo Horvat coming up next, and then Zadorov, and then Tocchet. So it's totally facing your demons time for this Vancouver Canucks team. And, you know, I just wouldn't be surprised if they ended up winning a whole bunch of these games. Just saying. The Vancouver Canucks have been on a roll ever since Quinn Hughes got traded. The hockey hasn't been perfect, but it has been a lot more interesting to watch, especially since they're not all just deferring to Quinn Hughes at the top of the point. Maybe this tweet really does have some positive implications to it. Quinn Hughes about to play 30 minutes a night for the Wild, too. That's what he works best with. Either way, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this extended info on the Quinn Hughes trade going down and the Vancouver Canucks' inability to foresee it coming? Canucks as in like the players, not the team itself. And what are your thoughts on Marcus Pettersson speaking out about losing the captain of the hockey team and how this actually was a really important deal? Not necessarily because, they lost a guy that was just that, but because they lost a guy that literally was the face of the franchise. And now they know that he didn't want to be with them. He didn't want to leave, he didn't want to stay at all. He was playing like Pierre-Luc Dubois out there, honestly, giving up on plays and just totally dogging it, especially after the word came out that he was looking for a trade. But all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.